In a surprise turn of events, ladies and gentlemen, we have a Platinum Playbook event. Months into the season of MyNBA2K20, we have finally been given the opportunity to use all of those cards that I said months ago that you needed to prep for already. Interested to see whether or not this, I guess, maybe game is structured a little bit different. Maybe that's why they delayed the release of it. I hope so anyway. I don't know what other reason they could possibly be waiting this long for. Not even until Star Tier, the very end of Elite Tier. Unless, of course, there is a star in this as a reward. I really don't know. Platinum Playbook, when you are prepped for it, is by far, to me, the easiest of any of the events. You could literally get this entire thing done in one single day as long as you are prepped for it. I'm going to check out the salary. We're going to put in, I guess, a lineup, what I would recommend doing in the very beginning. Hopefully we still have the cards. I know at one point I was kind of getting sick of keeping all of the cards, and I might have deleted a couple of them, but hopefully not. But anyways, y'all are going to have to let me know what you think about the rewards. I have not looked at this yet, so I'm not sure what they're going to be, or even if Star Tier. Someone told me in one of the comments that Star Tier wasn't coming out till I think next week. So hopefully we can look forward to that and get this Platinum Playbook done. It does look like at least this little tab for Platinum Playbook is different. So maybe it is going to be structured just a little bit different. I'm interested to see how it goes, but let's go. At least, okay, the intro is the same. Engage the process, same exact coaches. Quick scroll to, I don't know if anybody reads this. I really don't feel like reading it. I'll go over it, you know, when we set up the deck and everything. But let's check out these rewards. We got Autumn card as an epic. We got one epic prime. We got a Blake Griffin rookie star. Okay, Kyle Kuzma elite, which I have, so I could actually use that. Oh wow, okay, Kobe Bryant as the foil, and then AD and a Lakers as the reward. Okay, so that's kind of nice. Rewards, I think, are pretty solid. It starts off at 35 million. I believe that is actually what it started off with last year, even when it started in Star Tier, because I'm thinking that Ultra Rare was the very first one, and Epic, no, maybe Epic was, I don't know. I was thinking that Ultra Rare was the very first one last year in Platinum Playbook, but I could be wrong. It could be Epic. It might have been the same, but I believe the 35 million was the one that was in there. So just checking out the lineup real quick, what I have so far at the 35 million. I think the next one is going to be 55 million, at least if it's the same format as last year. But what we're looking at is 3 columns of common pros. All of them are supercharged. 2 columns of the uncommon pros, and all of them are also supercharged. At least one of the columns anyway, it's already supercharged. I just have to level it up. I just haven't done some of them yet, but anyway, all of them are supercharged. 35 million almost exactly. And with these decks, you don't necessarily have to worry about I would say maxing out the top of the salary, because later on you will have decks in which it isn't all the way completely maxed out, and you can still use them in the next tier. Last year, I had an elite deck in which I used elite pros only, the ones that were just the event cards. I filled it up with elite event card pros, and I used that thing all the way up into the icon tier. And so even though that I was like 100 million short of the salary, I was still using the deck because they just take the deck based on, I guess, what tier your deck is in, and it might be somewhat mixed, but as long as it's the same as last year, the deck doesn't have to be completely maxed out to the top, or think that you have to completely max out your salary in order to be able to compete. As long as it is close, and as long as the deck is good, I think you'll be okay. With it being supercharged, all common and uncommon, deck strength at ultra rare. Don't put any too high cards that have your deck I guess where the deck tier is too high. You don't want to do that. So This should be pretty good to start. I even think if you put in all 5 columns as common pros, I think that would be perfectly fine too, and probably could work. At 55 million, we'll do another one using rares as well, rare pros. You always want to just use the pro side of it, because as far as the amount of salary that it takes, it's a lot more efficient to use pros instead of regular cards or non-pros. But that's what the deck's going to look like to start off with. Hopefully, if everything goes good, I'm going to do at least record what each of the tiers, the salary is, and what deck that I use. That way, when the event is over, hopefully if I can get through it all, because Platinum Playbook for the most part is pretty easy as long as you are set up properly. I should be able to do at least most of the tiers, get the salary, let you know what lineup to use, and be able to put out that video when the event is over, or maybe halfway through it, depending on how fast I get done. So what does everybody think about Platinum Playbook? Are you excited that this event is finally here? I am certainly relieved, because now we can use all of those common and uncommon pros that we've been hoarding in the deck for so long. If you've never played this deck or never played this event before, quick breakdown of how it actually works. So in the beginning, before the match, you got 6 cards. The computer is going to pick 6 cards. You choose one of those 6 cards to be like your bench player, the one that you can use for emergency purposes throughout the entire match. And then once the first quarter starts, it's going to randomly choose again the cards that you didn't pick from the initial start. And the AI is going to have 5 cards up on the screen. And it's going to look like they're running some sort of basketball play. And so you're going to get to choose whether or not you want to do 1 matchup, 2 matchup, 3 matchup, 4 matchup, or 5 matchup. You can pick between 1 to 5 matchups. They're going to have 5 cards on the screen. You're going to have your cards in your deck. And depending on how many, I guess, plays or matchups you decide to pick, like let's say I want to do a 3-player matchup, because what I see on the screen, all of the cards in my deck, it looks like I could beat them. So I'm going to pick 3-player matchup, and so it's going to take a play in which only involves a random 3 players that are on the screen. And so you have to pick 3 of your players to go against each one of those individual matchups, and you have to win every single one of them in order to get your 3 points. If you lose any of them, then you get 0 points. And so same applies if you pick 5 matchups or 1 matchup. It's going to give you some sort of play in which you have to match up against your opponent up to 5 times, and you have to get every single one of them, or have to win every single one of them for in order to get your points. And you can't do 5 every single quarter. It's only going to give you 3 choices. Sometimes you can only do 1, 2, and 3. Sometimes it's going to be 3, 4, and 5. Sometimes it's going to be 2, 3, and 4. The total, if you win and get max every single quarter, is going to be 16. So 16 is going to be the highest number of matchups you could possibly win. And then at the end, however many matchups you did win, that is how many draft picks you get on the draft board. And what you're looking for is resets. And so when you get a reset, that is I can't remember what they call it, like a contract or like something. It's like some sort of credit that accumulates to a certain number. And I think for the first one, it's going to be probably 4. We're probably going to need 4 total credits to get 1 contract, and that 1 contract is what these big R's are on the left side. So I would estimate that it's going to be 4 resets. It could be 3 or 4 resets to get 1 R credit, and then once you get 2 R credits, then you get the actual card. So between 6 to 8 resets, I guess it could be 10. Who really knows? But those will be up there on the screen as well. It's going to tell you how many resets you need in order to get an R credit. But that's a breakdown. Hopefully that made sense for those of you that are new players. How about the rewards though? Are you happy with these? Excited? All Clippers in the beginning and then Lakers at the end. So obviously they have an idea of who runs LA. They think that the Clippers deserve to be epic prime and epic. Nothing really too fancy, nothing really too good. But then they think that the LA Lakers are going to be top notch of the city and they get all of the elites and the event card. Y'all have to let me know what you think about the AD reward. Hope we can get there. Hope we can. Like I said, if you have the deck set up, you can certainly fly through this because you can watch an ad for draft picks, which means you can get up to 20 draft picks per game, which you can get up to 2 to 3 resets. Sometimes if you're lucky, every single time you can fly through cards in 15, 20, 30 minutes. If you get lucky. Oh my goodness. The last one is 11. Wow. So this is what you would assume. If it's 11, I would say during the last one, in order to get these R credits, I would say that it's probably going to be between 5 and 6 resets to get this R credit. And so I would assume that if it's 5, that's obviously 55 resets to get this last AD. If it's 6, it's going to be 66 resets to get this AD. To complete the whole thing, I would say you're going to need well over 100 resets, maybe 120, 130. We'll have to exactly see. We could probably add it up, you know, in each one. The one before is 9. So again, depending on if it's 5 resets or 6 resets, you get the point. Y'all have to let me know what you think about the cards, about Platinum Playbook. Stay tuned. I'm going to try to get the video done hopefully by the end of the event. And hopefully we can stream. I hope, man. All the other stuff's been keeping me so busy. Still waiting for Star Tier, but anyways, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that thumbs up, and I will see y'all again very soon. I am out. Peace.